Why don't you do the intro today?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It's Darren's turn.
Good evening. Welcome to Soft Talk on the Ill Informers. I'm here. My name's Darren Miller, and I'm here with our host, Elliot Ryan and Nash Park, my co-hosts.
He's our leader. He
I'm
leads
the lead.
it.
No, not the leader, the lead. First on the call sheet.
Yeah, good.
It's pretty great. So, how was the weekend?
It's a hot summer.
Heat.
It's too hot.
Cue up that.
It's not that hot out there.
Shut up.
Oh my God.
You guys were in Nam when I was in Nam. That was hot. Okay, we were getting shelled by the napalm. That was hot, motherfuckers.
Is Nam like a public access TV show?
Yeah.
It's when me and my parents.
Nam
went,
is his climbing gym that he goes to. The Nam.
Or does it stand for like not often
masturbating.
masculine? Oh yeah.
It was a McDonald's. It was a rough McDonald's in town, and we just when you go there, the ball pit, it's
like
it's like war. You gotta take the peak.
Do you guys do well in the heat?
No,
not this heat.
Right.
I grew up in the Okanagan though, so I was always super hot. You just acclimatize to it, but when it slams,
This is a different heat.
yeah,
This is like sweet chili.
it's different heat. It's like the sweet chili heat, my favorite kind. But apparently, so this happened because there was the earth cracked open in Russia and let out a bunch of methane, which is the equivalent of 80,000 internal combustion engines running for 1 year solid.
Wow.
And so that's led to this massive bump, global heat wave. That's what I heard when I listened to Alec Jones.
I don't think that's correct. I think it's a high pressure zone. But that's okay. I don't think it's to do with.
Is that possible though? If that were to happen,
I think it sounds plausible to me. Like that's a lot of engines. So I don't know much about science, but I'm like, that's a lot.
That's a big number. Okay, I'll believe you. Huh. Well, good for them.
Yeah, I just wonder how the earth cracked open in Russia though too. Like were they drilling for an alien spaceship? Was there an earthquake in Russia I never heard about? I don't know. But
I think the Earth just cracks open.
I think you've become the new lead, Darren. Yeah, it's probably just fracking. Those Russians probably fracking, right? They probably don't have any rules. Let's just frack the shit out of this.
Yeah, I used to know
And
Russian. He fracked. Oh yeah.
He fracked my ass good. He fracked that ass back up.
Yeah. He got canceled, but yeah.
A lot of methane came out. A lot of methane. Well, it's the permafrost. That's the problem. The permafrost is melting.
this is our environmental.
It's actually
podcast.
the permafrost. The permafrost is.
It's no longer permafrost.
No?
Just
Now it's just frost melted.
Is this
just liquid water?
Did we sewer ourselves as the Earth? Are we done then? This is just
We
we're
got-
not going to see it. It's going to take another couple generations. But my kid, like this is why I'm not putting money away for my kids' education because I'm like, you're going to have to learn to survive in the post-apocalyptic Mad Max.
Yeah, that's why I'm
environment.
teaching my kid how to fish. And like,
Yeah.
you teach him how to fish in the apocalypse. He eats for at least a few weeks.
Yeah.
right, or somebody much larger than him keeps him alive for longer.
Yeah, gotta get a sugar daddy.
Just-
apocalypse sugar daddy.
Just like one of those Japanese birds they keep that have those birds that fish off the boats for him. Elliot's son on a leash fishing off a boat for some guar-like man.
with like a spear gun.
With Elliot's head on a spear on the end of the boat.
I wish. I don't want to be around for the apocalypse. Do you guys want to be around?
No.
And this is like it's good. The best thing about the pandemic is that now we all have masks for when the world's on fire.
I don't know how I would do. That was kind of worrisome at the beginning of the pandemic, how quickly things turned. And I could
How
see
much toilet paper was gone.
Yeah, just even at work, like watching, I work in a restaurant, so it was like, okay, we're shutting down. Everybody take whatever food they want. And then just watching this one guy take like he just kind of quit too. And it was like, you're taking a lot.
Yeah.
You're taking a lot of food there, dude.
You almost killed him for the food.
No, but in my head, I was like, it was just funny how that.
You're like, oh, here's where it goes. Now I have to beat you to death with my bare hands.
The work dynamic was like, I was like, dude, you're taking a little. There's a lot of food, and it was fine. And but I was like, you're taking a little more than your share. Everybody else isn't taking that much, and you're like stocking up and like not making eye contact with anybody, and then running to your like 2 trips to your car. Like take one big trip.
Yeah.
Do you think you're just really scared? He's like, this is it.
No, I think so. But then I was scared too, and then I'm like, I could see how you could go
And
down that rabbit hole.
Panic. It just is a fucking spiral, hey?
Yeah.
Because you watch like
But you also, and you also know that if other people are panicking, they're gonna take all of it.
Mhm.
Like, so even if it's not real, you're gonna be left out in the dust. Even if you just want a meal for that night.
Like
Yeah.
just how quick that it's just under the surface. Like there's this, and then we're just fucking savage animals.
we're only they're like that's what they're like. Yeah, you're 24 hours away from everything going to complete and utter shit.
Because it's not even. It's more reacting to like. Because it's like I want my wife to eat.
Yeah.
So it's not even about me or like him getting too much. It's just like, give me that, and then it's like and then all of a sudden you're killing somebody with a rock.
I remember having to like host at the last show,
For some tacos.
Yeah, or some eggs or something.
and there was like a stop at
Tortillas.
Walmart. I walked in. I think you were at that show, Elliot, and you might have
At
been
the,
too,
at the
Nash.
Walmart show?
Yeah, I was just like, it's all off. I've got this giant cavernous theater all to myself. Fight people. Here's just dangling
How's
people on
that?
steak.
Uptown, how you doing?
Hey.
I think
I see ya.
I'd walked in and I was like, oh, this is for real. Like, had that same moment where there's no rice, there's no flour, there's no toilet. Like, everything's just decimated. People are walking around like 4 or 5 carts, families in there. Everything's like loaded to the tits.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going to that show and I was like, this is the last show we're ever going to do. The apocalypse is here. Oh my God. We're all going to look that we were here tonight and regret it because we should have been out fucking prepping.
They're just staring off, thinking about his kids.
Yeah, that was the last show until, we were like, but there is that moment of panic and you see how it could descend very quickly into like,
It's just, but that's the hardest part. It's that, like, if everybody just stayed cool, it'd be totally fine. But it's just that it takes one guy to be like, no! And then,
I'm gonna buy so much toilet paper I can sell it in the back of my truck with a shotgun.
yeah.
just mounted.
I remember I bought like a few cans of beans, and I still have them.
Yeah.
we never ate them.
No, I've got
And then-
bags of flour.
Yeah, but if it really went down, I would not have been prepared.
No.
I went like the week before everything really hit the fan. I was like, I feel like just in case. So I did do a wholesale trip, and I bought like I was like we could boil water. I've got 2 pallets of Ichiban and tomatoes. Like I bought these. They only had the giant ones, so I have like 5 cans of giant like diced tomatoes and water and fruit cups. I was thinking like scurvy. Don't want to get scurvy. And then what else? But I tried the Ichiban after things calmed down, and it was don't buy name brand.
Ichiban?
Ichiban.
No name?
It was like I was like this. Thank God we don't have to eat this. But I was like, I just want enough food for a month, just in case.
All that like cheap survival food is all stuff I'm allergic to.
Yeah,
I wouldn't make it.
It's all just made out of flour. It's just reconstituted flour. Elliot, you're going to survive, but you're also going to have diarrhea 24/7.
I don't want to survive.
Elliot's at the standing in the dick sucking line in the apocalypse. And he's like, "Do you have any gluten free?" Dirty in chains.
But then that's the thing too. You do all that prepping, and there's at some point you're gonna run out of that canned food. Like you're like, I'm fine. I've got a bag of flour. I got a couple flats of Ichiban. So if the apocalypse did hit, you're like, okay, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, there's gonna be like a second apocalypse, where you'd be like, we're down to our last tin of tomatoes.
You look over at your son, like, can I take him?
You've been slowly malnourishing him for 3 weeks just to weaken him.
Yeah.
In preparation into a physical altercation.
He could beat me up. He is 6'3".
Your son's
Yeah, you're going
6'3"
first
now?
for sure, Darren.
Yeah, I think so. He's got to be close to 6'3".
Does he play basketball?
No. He did play basketball, and then he's like, I like fishing and smoking weed better.
God damn it.
I don't
You're
know.
like, that's my boy.
You learned well. Your old man taught you.
Oh God, why such a waste? I'm like,
Too good for your cup? I brought you a cup.
I already brought this. I was already using it. Why why waste?
Jesus Christ, Darren.
I'm so strong. Look at that. That's how strong I am. No, he plays basketball. He loved basketball, played it tons, but then also he was still into it. Pandemic hit, all that team sports shit shut down, and then he kind of it just all went fallow, right? He was like, "Oh,
Fall, yeah, just falled out
Do you think?
Yeah.
You think it's because he was only in it to?
for the pussy.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yes,
in the end, but like to get at the top, to play the other game, so to speak. And then when that all went away, he's like,
There's no. It's so funny because they're not really, or not that I know anyways, or I'm aware of, but they're so not. They seem way less horny than I was at 15, right? They're just like they're like, oh, we're gonna go out and play video games, and I'm gonna hang out with my buddies and do. I'm like, you just don't constantly think about girls. You just don't constantly like.
Do you think it's because they can watch porn at any time?
Maybe that's it. Maybe, yeah.
Doesn't porn
They're like, I am
doesn't
drained
porn-
all the time. I am drained. I have nothing.
Like you're not thirsty. You
But
don't get
doesn't-
thirsty if you can drink water whenever you want.
But me watching someone drink water doesn't make me quenched, you know? Like I think porn
That's
might be
true.
throwing more on the fire. It's like this is what you could have
Yeah,
taken.
you're-
Come on, get out there. Get
I
out there.
like their first kiss is like they're like, I'm gonna just choke you first. Is this how this goes? Like, no, that's not. Don't do that.
First base is BDSM.
Shoving your fist in her mouth. Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, but I don't. But whatever. It seems much less complicated. I think.
Right. So,
Right.
so when you say you seemed horny all the time, what does that mean?
Well, it just seemed like you're constantly preoccupied. Like
Right.
in that high school, you're just all the time like, do I have a girlfriend? If I don't have a girlfriend, how do I get one? Oh my God, that girl's hot. Oh, I saw her ankle. That's when ankles were hot when I was a young.
Yeah.
Saw her ankle, just like all the time, just perpetually, just thinking about women and how beautiful they were.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if that was your experience. You were like, I was just playing music, dude.
No.
I was horny all the time. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why you got married in grade 10. You're like,
Gotta lock it down. She sucks my dick. Gotta give her a ring.
Yeah. That Christian love is good. Good for you.
What were you doing? You just
yeah.
I want to be a band.
In high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sexually yearning.
Yeah, it's like
think,
I remember there's one kid who like masturbated in class.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you? That's
That's-
fucking disgusting.
like at his desk.
Yeah, like he just like rubbed
I
his
don't
legs
thi-
together until
Until he came. He
until it
just seems-
came.
oh!
Like he was making a fire. in
Like
his
everybody
crotch.
could see it too.
I don't know. I just heard stories. I
just-
wasn't there
this is-
witnessing
this
it,
is one of
but
those
You hear
things-
stories like, "Oh, Chad over there, he masturbated in class."
No, this is what how.
He's like, what's up? He like
What's up?
spits a cigarette. Chad's fucking cool.
Chad had anxiety and his leg was doing this, and everyone's like, he's jerking off in class.
Yeah, that's more likely.
A little wet stain there from his sweat.
Yeah, yeah. But there is those kind. Yeah, there were always those rumors that went around like about particular people, like, oh, she was fucking herself with a ruler in social studies, and you're like, no way. And then later on, you're like, oh, that never happened. Someone
Yeah.
definitely made that up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what rumors. Oh, this is one that this is so dumb. At the time, you believe it. So there's these. This was like grade 11 or 12, 10. Those couples that get together in like grade 8 and they're together forever in high school. So she broke up, like she cheated. So the rumor was that like she cheated on. They broke up somehow, but I think it was like kind of. And then she wanted to get back together, and then they're like, okay, so Devin said they could get back together, but only if they had butt sex. And you know what? They're back together. You're like, gone away.
That's a great.
And guess what? That was the punchline. Like, guess what? They're back together.
Oh snap! That's pretty.
In hindsight, it's like, who said, like, who's?
And that's a pretty funny, like, they meet at the Tasty Freeze. Is like, I really want to get back together. It's like, only if I can fuck you in the ass.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Sign the contract. Sign the contract.
It's just such like a clearly like a juicy, like it's that story was developed by whoever was telling it.
Yeah.
not from like a
From them.
yeah. And guess what? And they're back together. Ah!
Snap. I had. Did you guys have any teachers do any fucking of students in your school?
Yeah.
I got fucked pretty hard, but
Yeah.
Whoa,
No.
this
Just
is,
academically.
C plus is still kind of like an A, Elliot. It's good. C plus is still.
I was a straight A student. But
Were you?
Not
That was-
straight A. I wasn't
That was
good at
A little bit of BA, I think, right?
I got only English. Everything else was like pretty much straight A's. English was like a C.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
that makes
geez.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. I have seen your notebook. It's pretty scribbly.
Yeah.
That's a sign of an A plus student. Scribbly.
Or a bomber.
So this is
Have
not,
you guys made any
what?
big like pipe bomb people? You guys buy the pipe bombs?
I
Make
love
pipe
making bombs.
It's like do it yourself, right? It's so fun. It's like a nice
I am
craft.
subscribed
Wait,
to that
you're being
subreddit.
sarcastic. I'm like, I love making bombs.
I am subscribed to our pipe bomb people.
Pipe bombs are set up
Yeah.
by the FBI.
Hey guys, this subreddit got closed down again, so now we're at our pipe bombs with a Z.
That's the cool way.
Yeah, we had
Splitting you into 2022.
my French teacher in grade 11, 12.
Hot.
He was hot.
Mhm.
He was one of these teachers that wanted to be a gym teacher,
Oh,
but he knew that this is actually kind of dumb now that I think I remember you actually saying this, being like gaming the system, being like nobody. The reason he started teaching French was because to get a job solely as a gym teacher is very hard.
Yeah.
So he's like, I remember him saying like,
You pivot.
so if you also teach French, which is a very sought after thing, you will also be able to teach PE.
You teach French and then you pivot to the gym class. He doesn't actually teach French. He just has a fake French accent.
yeah.
Okay, guys, we are going to teach you French today. You say hello.
But that's not uncommon. That's like, I wish I got my teaching degree and I was like, I'll teach English, and they're like, everyone can teach English, and I never got a job as a teacher. But the people were like, I can teach math or French. Like, fucking locked it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could tutor Elliot.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Would you like? I could give you some lessons.
Yeah, I would love to get lessons from you. The only thing I would
We'll read
want
Old
you,
Man in the Sea.
the only thing I would want you to teach me is social studies. I trust that you know social studies.
Because he was there?
No, he just looks like a
Oh.
social studies teacher.
I do. Hey kids, today we're gonna rap. Okay, we're gonna talk about the Russian Revolution.
And I'm not talking about Christmas, man.
Now, let me talk to you about gas from Russia.
It's making the frogs gay.
So how many students did your French teacher bang?
Just one. I think I want to say
Just one. Uno.
Uno, which is not.
French scholar over here.
Uno people.
No, chicas.
He teaches them Spanish.
So I think they are still together. They're still together now.
Just watch
Oh,
Dora.
it's a love story. It's not a story of an unwieldy
together.
abuse of
This
power.
This is a Woody Allen movie.
It works.
The heart wants what the heart wants.
A Woody Allen movie. It's gross, but it worked out. He did leave his wife and kids for it, but this is a little too gossipy. Anyway, but so yeah,
Fuck this guy. He fucked
it's true.
a student.
He because my girlfriend at the time worked at the Terrace Library,
Nice.
and she would see him. There was
Oh, you guys met in Terrace?
yeah, different girl, but yes, we did meet in Terrace. But so at the time there was. This isn't funny, but so
There's only one French teacher in all of Terrace. We know.
He no longer is a French teacher, though. That
To be fair, there's only one fuckable French teacher. So at Terrace, there's a library, and then like a big sort of this park in the middle of town, and then there was like a forested area. So they would. My girlfriend at the time worked at the library, and she would see them meeting in the bush, like in the forested area,
Right.
because it's a little more private.
turn
There's some
around,
spots.
grab tree, let's go.
I don't know if it was that like
Private French lessons.
they weren't fucking, but there's like a picnic table, like it was
Yeah.
a nice place to hang. So yeah, he eventually. There were rumors, and then I don't know if he might have got fired. I think I don't really know what happened.
Oh, you definitely get fired for fucking your students.
Tara knows for sure. He looked into it. I'm not a teacher by choice anymore, but
No, I looked. I was like, pros, cons. What? Oh,
yeah.
pack this in.
In the government, I can fuck my students. Or I think maybe they waited until they were of age and then got together.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, that's the we got to keep this on the super down low
Yeah.
until you're 18, and then we can woo.
yeah, then it's go time. So I think they're still together now. I haven't
Then it is
looked
good
into
time. Then your pussy meets my dick.
What accent is that?
Some
It's a
Brazilian.
fake. It's a fake French accent.
Yeah.
Come on. That's what he sounded like.
That's pretty
That's
good.
a French accent from Terrace.
So what is what does they do now?
The
Did
Eiffel
they
Tower
have
is so
babies?
beautiful.
I don't know. I knew he had
They
a
got
couple
beautiful French
kids.
babies.
He had a couple kids like with his first wife, and then
Had a couple more with his student.
I remember
Student wife.
he was always a bit of a dick to me. I remember. I was also
He was just nagging you.
probably a really annoying student. Yeah, he also didn't want to fuck me, so that's probably why. I just remember every time I would read out loud my French, he would just laugh because
That's great.
You called that the French?
Oh, this is good. Let's get this guy to read French.
I'd be like,
Sacre bleu.
sure, because I don't have any. I couldn't do an accent on it because I was concentrating so hard. I'd be like, je m'appelle Nash.
But there is that.
This is what you sound like. Je m'appelle. I am Nash.
But there is something about reading the French with a French accent
You have
that
to do
makes
it
it
in the
sound
accent.
French. Yeah.
You have to do it in the accent. Just like same with like any other language.
Yeah.
Like Chinese, you have to do it in the Chinese accent. You can't do it in an English accent.
I don't understand what you're saying, Elliot. Could you maybe do it for us as an example? I don't know what you mean.
Konnichiwa.
But yeah, you do have
I think
to.
that's Japanese.
Ni hao ma.
Okay, and we're changing the subject back to Darren fucking students is less of a landmine.
No, because we had one teacher as well and she was our
Stop Asian hate. Let's just shut that out.
This was in the 60s too, right? When you could really fuck a
She
student.
was, why don't you come over and smoke some grass and I'll put on the new Cream album.
Oh, it's a girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
So there was one guy in our school.
What year is this though? Like for real?
Like
1842.
92.
92?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just remember seeing him. There was like rumors that she's like, oh, the student would be over, and I'm sure he's fucking the English teacher, and he'd be like, that can't be true. And she lived down the street from us, and then I would go by, and he'd be out like mowing her lawn with his shirt off, and she's like up on the balcony, like
Smoking a cigarette.
watching him. I'm like, oh. There might be some where there's smoke, there's fire.
That's not a lawnmower cigarette. That's
Yeah. First, I'm gonna blow you, and then you go out and cut my grass, and then come back in here and cut my grass.
that's hilarious. Because you could that's so yeah, you can't I'm not advocating for this, but you can't hide it now.
Oh no,
There's
no.
if you're even like yeah, everybody's phone's tracking, like you get Snapchatted or like there's no
And kids like you.
You gotta be like Dave Chappelle and put everybody's phone in a bag.
Sign
come
a
in my
contract.
classroom, we can't
Non-disclosure agreement.
But also, you just imagine now she would be fucking her student, and then he would be like, Ksh, and then texting pictures to his buddy and stuff. It's just there's no way.
They'd be filming porns and putting them on.
Yeah, you can't do anything now. I'm not saying this like it's a bad thing.
You're
You can't do anything
You
now.
can't fuck.
man.
Jeez, Louise.
I can't watch. I don't know if I've.
Where are the good old days? You know, come on. Like the world's on fire. Come on, let's just.
And you do get a teacher's magazine when you're a teacher. You get this magazine, and in the back of the magazine, this is the only thing I read. It's like, now you belong to the teachers union, blah blah blah. You go to the back of the magazine, and it's all the list of all the teachers who've been suspended and for what crime, or like whatever. Like someone said something inappropriate, someone had an inappropriate interaction with a student, and it's like how long their suspension is, and so that's just basically. That's the most exciting part.
It gets listed?
Yeah, in the back of the
Yearly?
BC Teacher Federation. No, every month you'd get this magazine and be like,
There's so many.
here's this piece of garbage who fucking said something, racist in their class or whatever.
That is insane.
Yeah.
There's no other place that it's a union. What's the
I don't
purpose
even-
other than like shame or like
Yeah, well, that's how you keep teachers on the straight and narrow. You're like, you're gonna end up in the back of this fucking magazine, and you don't keep your hands to yourself.
don't fuck the kids. Don't fuck the kids.
That's the only thing stopping the teachers. One page on the back.
Yeah.
That damn page. I don't want my name on there.
Sacre blanc.
You should have seen how he was dressed. He was asking for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Who has to I don't know, who's the editor in charge of I don't know. We got the list yet?
But it's so juicy. Like that is just a gossipy,
Yeah,
a gossip rag. Like there's got to be. That's the only thing I ever read in there. They're like, how to invest in your RRSPs and how to manage. Ooh, what about professional development? And you're like, who's been bad this month?
That's crazy. I always love that thinking about that stuff because
It's a teacher detention.
Who picks the fonts? Like, oh, those little details. I always wonder about. Like this layout's kind of nice. You know, all that stuff has to get thought of and put in place. It's just funny. Like,
How do we?
he said the M word.
We have to shrink the font. There's too many teachers this month.
Yeah. There's too many there's too much negative space here. We need to.
Yeah, the really big stuff. I think you just let the province publish that, like the newspaper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All that stuff.
You take over from here.
See, Jeremy made it into the province.
It's good. Yeah, first started off in the whatever teacher magazine, and now he's upped his game.
A quote by the teacher says, "We were just in love."
Yeah. Love is love. Come on, people.
Where I come from, Paris.
All right.
I don't think
I won't say it's, you know,
my school was very wholesome. There was no teacher.
Did you go to Christian school?
No,
Yeah,
there's a established structure
Yeah.
with which none of that stuff can get
Cover
out.
up. Cover up.
I wasn't Catholic school.
Yeah, but it's
we
all
were
like,
non-denominational.
They keep that stuff hush hush.
But I know some. I heard about like youth pastors. There's like youth pastors.
They have a youth pastor magazine where they publish all their transgressions.
It's just all of their names.
but they put it at the front of the magazine. Though.
Yeah, like they're proud.
Yeah. Yeah, you got that friend who's like, I think I could become a youth pastor. It's okay. It's 2021. You can just come out, go to the bar, and just pick up dudes. You don't have to groom children.
It's interesting
fine.
that like even I don't know if it's because there's a cultural association with creepy youth pastors, but every time I see a youth pastor, like somebody who has that energy, I go, it's a bit of a red flag.
Got a goatee and a faux hawk.
It's 90% of them.
Yeah, like just a cool like pastor who's like good looking and
Okay, but there is something. I'm not defending what is going on.
Some people are better at working with children.
But there's also like, so your French teacher,
yeah.
they ended up staying together,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna just, for the purposes of my argument, say they bought a house together, had children, and then there also was a youth pastor who was young. You go like he's like 21 or 20, and picked up some young youth dude in his pastor's thing who was like 16, 17. Everyone's like horrified, but I was like, well, maybe they're just in love.
Yeah, it's
I'm not going to justify that, Darren.
I'm just saying, I'm just devil's advocate here.
you know like
If
sometimes
waited-
people survive a horrific car crash and you're like, you know what? Hey, they're still alive.
Sometimes do you know what I've found? Like sometimes when you kidnap people and you kidnap them for long enough and you're the only source of like food and water, they grow attached to you like a
Can
like
I just
a
say,
dog.
I knew I was
And they-
wrong going into this, but I feel it's important to investigate all
No, that's
of it.
interesting.
If they waited until she was 18, they're like, "Hey, we like each other. Let's wait till you're 18." That's fine. That's above board. It's kind of weird, but they didn't fuck.
And there is a power dynamic there. Like I understand, like, well, he's a
But there's
teacher, he's
always
in a
a power
position of power. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Like my wife is more powerful than me.
That's funny.
Can we get into Foucault?
I think
and talk about power.
What I always think of. Okay, never. I forget I said that. All I'm gonna say is, have you ever talked to an 18-year-old?
They have nothing.
So my concern is every time I talk to, not every time I talk to an 18-year-old, but sometimes I go like,
They're dumb.
this would not
Yeah.
that I have any sort of game at all, but this is not.
There's not a level playing field.
It's not a level playing field, and it's easily skewed. So when I see somebody who's like my age, who's like fucking a 19-year-old, I go like,
What are you doing?
how is this?
Yeah.
It's not really fair. Just
How
because
does
I don't know. I have some.
How does this relationship work? It's like I can buy beer and cigarettes. She can't.
Yeah, it just seems It's like it'd be like fighting a
Yeah.
12-year-old. It just seems.
That's hard.
Hey,
You seen
ask
Darren's son? He's 6'3", dude.
Yeah.
He's not 12 though. Like I feel like there's ways you can make it fair, but in the end, it's still like it's just not. I don't.
You're like that person is emotionally stunted, and that's how it works, or maybe that
There's
19,
always
18-year-old
that. There's
is
always that relationships. It's always like even like in like your 40s,
yeah.
they'd be like one person in the relationship is
My wife is
like
significantly more mature than I am.
Darren.
I'm being groomed.
I wasn't
boys.
trying to say Darren, but
You know what's? Somebody was talking about the other day. They're like, this person was 40 and they were dating a 20-year-old, and they were like, that's so gross. That age difference is so gross. And then I was like, to be fair, that's the only age where you can date where that there's a 20-year difference. That's gross. I'm like, to be fair, that's the only age you can be where that age difference is okay.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's not illegal, but that doesn't mean it's not unethical.
No, I don't know. I feel like maybe people who date a lot younger, I feel like they can't. I feel it's compensating maybe because they can't. I knew this guy who was dating. I think it was all legal, but she was in high school. I remember one time. I think she got held back. I don't know what was going
this
on.
affidavit.
I remember like we used to work, and then I would see him like hanging out, waiting for like school to get out. He was also young too, so I think there was like they were only 3 years apart or something. But I just remember being like, he clearly can't compete with the girls his age. Mm-hmm. So so you compensate. Yeah,
when you're 19 or 20 and you're pulling up in your Trans Am to Terrace High to go and get your girlfriend.
He was on his bike, but yeah.
Bing, bing, bing. Get on, babe.
Just like on his phone.
Bing, 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 bing.
But I think you can't compete if no girl your age wants to hang out with you because you're maybe not as smooth. Then of course you're going to go for somebody who admires you for your
age,
for your ability to, for your ID,
your Class 5 driver's license. So I understand that, and I don't know. Not justifying it.
There's creepy relationships even if they're the same age. Or
yeah,
that's true. That's not justifying creepy relationships where there is an age difference.
Yeah. So we're not justifying any creepy relationships.
We're not justifying anything on this podcast. We're barely even talking. Do you have a new subject?
It's hot out. Wait, it
is pretty hot.
You guys, okay, flip-flops.
Are you guys ready for
what are your stage? So what I do when it's hot, I do shoes. I get rid of shoes first. Jeans because of my ugly ass legs. What?
How do you wear those?
You should get capris
things with the. And why do you not wear slides? Those things in between your toes, isn't that? Isn't that horrible?
First of all, I would never wear either of those.
Why not?
I'm barefoot or shoes. That's it. Even at beaches.
Because you can only find them in bright blue boys.
Because he wants his Heelys to be able to get around the mall quicker.
They don't make Heelys slides.
I've never been a sandal or a flip flop.
I understand, like those flip flops with the thing between your toes. It's
those
like
thongs.
Fake ninja shoes. Yeah,
those
are
thongs
disgusting.
are wrongs.
I don't care what you think about my thongs.
No judgment, but those are gross. But the slides, I was like, these are year round, baby.
These are more sophisticated. That's how I feel.
Yeah, those look pretty lazy. Not gonna lie. Yeah, those look lazy.
Oh,
just get some slides, man. You just slide in there. You just
try to wedge that between your toes.
Yeah, no shoehorn needed. You just slide them in.
Those shoes those flip flops, those thongs. They remind me of like Florida. Like you're walking through Disneyland.
Yeah, I kind of like the sound.
Yeah, it's a very Jimmy Buffett.
I want everybody to know I'm.
Let's go get some corn dogs and some deep fried Snickers.
It's like when you're wearing dress shoes and you're walking down a hallway and everybody can hear your feet. Clack, clack, clack. I like that.
You're wearing tap shoes?
Yeah, like I'm coming in.
I like to wear them when I have sex.
I like to feel like Johnny Cash when I'm fucking.
I always wear shoes like these shoes at beaches.
Yeah.
Is it?
I guess that's autism. Is that autism?
Yeah, that's for sure. Because you just don't like the sands. You end up spending like.
Well, it's too hot, and I don't like any sand. I don't like any of the toe revealing footage. I got nice toes though.
I was like, did I shave my toes this week? I didn't shave my toes. Elliot, don't look.
Got hobbit feet.
Yeah. So I'll change shoes first in hot weather.
Mm-hmm.
Then I do shorts, and then that's it. That's as far as I go for adapting to the heat. I will never take my shirt off, unless it's
not even on vacation. Like you and the wife go down to. You're like wandering around the beach in Cancun with swimming in your shirt. Nash, you're not a swim in your shirt kind of. There's people who are swimming
Yeah, you're
their
not
shirt
fat
kind of
enough for the
people.
swim in the shirt guy. You look weirder.
You know
if
what I
you
do?
swim in your shirt. You
Yes,
would
totally.
You'd be like, people would be like,
This guy burned? Some burns or something?
Just get
does he have a
those
weird?
tits
Does he have
out.
a swastika on his stomach or
It's
something?
so mysterious. He's still wearing a white shirt, which is
Yeah.
weird.
That's how you look out. And you're like, oh, he's damaged and he has no self-esteem.
Or his nipples are on the side of his body.
I got puffy nips, which is
I got pointy nips. Mine are like
Really?
like traffic cones.
I wish I had. My nipples look okay when they're erect, but when they're not erect, ugh.
Yeah, in this heat,
Yeah,
it's not good.
no.
Your nipples change if they're erect.
You're like his
Mine
nipples
have-
are erect all the time.
Mine have never changed. That
That's because you got a tight drum, Elliot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or
Or I'm just always have both.
Oh yeah. My solution to I just don't swim. That's what I do. I'll be.
Such a sad life. Come
Sounds
on.
like a really fun.
It's only because I was spoiled because I grew up on a lake. So anytime I went swimming in a lake, I got to come out.
And your French teacher's like, "Oh, look at that body. This is disgusting. I would never fuck him.
His nipples are on this. I can't make.
Do some conscious of so I can."
But I would. I can immediately leave the lake, go in my shower, and then put on clean clothes. So I'm not
Get dressed
playing.
in a jumpsuit.
I'm not playing this parking lot dry off game. Sitting in my driving home in my towel. Like I'm not doing any of that fucking shit.
So you're not going to the Elk Lake
in a
nude
day like,
beach or
but in a day like this, you dry in 20 minutes.
yeah.
I don't care. I'm not doing that. Then I have to wear special shorts that dry in 20 minutes.
You could wear
just wear regular
You could wear jeans. You could wear jean shorts in this weather, and they would dry in 20 minutes.
That's true. I would much rather sit. Well, what I'll do is I'll sit
It's like
on a
38
blanket
degrees out,
and-
guys. By the way,
and just
Fuck. I hate it.
and we have humid heat. Like I was saying, like Kelowna has wherever you were saying Kamloops. That's barely heat. We got the
Well, it's hot. But it's dry and you walk out of the lake and you dry as you're exiting the lake.
we got that humid heat.
yeah. I don't got time for that.
But you gotta go. Like you go to the beach. That's the one thing. Like I had so much like body shame, and then you go to the pool or you go to the beach on vacation. You look around. You're like, well, these people clearly don't feel shamed about themselves, which is fine. Because and so there's some gorgeous people. And there's also
they should.
you're like, you're all awful people. No, but then I'm just like,
just
oh
like,
fuck it.
disgusting.
I'm gonna just enjoy myself. I'm just gonna go and wear my cool board shorts. And
No. You need to stick stick a shirt on.
I think it does stem from I was a fat child, so I think any sort of self-consciousnness
yeah.
about that, because I walked by some shirtless skateboarders yesterday, and I was saying to my buddy, I was like, oh, I wish I could.
Speaking of grooming,
I wish I could just. They were all old dudes. I wish I could just skateboard shirtless. Look at them.
there's something about that. Just the white shirt tucked in the back pocket of the jeans.
That's so cool.
Rock solid body and just whoosh, whoosh,
The
whoosh.
freedom. They
Yeah.
were just hanging out at the little skate park and.
Yeah. Eating ice cream, and you're like, you can eat ice cream? I can't eat. No.
Not me. I'm just in jeans and a long sleeve shirt, sweating.
Dress shoes. Clack, clack, clack.
Yeah. So I think I just need to exercise. That would probably solve. Right? I just fix it
just
with more.
just accept yourself.
Yeah, acceptance is. There's also something very good about just not giving a fuck.
But how do you accept yourself when you don't accept yourself? Like it's a hard thing. You
don't-
can't just like make it up. You can't just like make up. Oh, now I accept myself. Yeah, I'm fucking great.
I never thought of it like that. I kind of like how my nipples are.
Around my back.
Yeah. Around like this, or in my armpits.
Armpit nips and yeah.
I think no, yeah. I don't want I don't care about myself being accepted. I want to be
Accepted by other people.
No, I want to be what's the level above acceptance? Like
lauded.
admired.
You want to be
Yes,
lauded.
lauded.
Well, not with that body, but
So this comes from me. I think also if I can't play the game, I think it's dumb.
Taking my ball and going home. I'm taking my
You're-
body and going home.
Skateboarding's fucking dumb anyway. I don't want. Who wants to skateboard?
do like cool tricks. Like fuck that.
But it doesn't get. But it doesn't get any. That's the thing. Like there's a window from about like 20 to 40 maybe.
You think I
where you're
could
just like,
learn skateboarding?
yes, but
I want to live a more interesting life, but I'm a boring person, so I don't know how to do that.
So you're light. So you could learn skateboarding. I think I was trying to figure this out with a friend because all 30-something skateboarders all have the same body type, and I'm wondering.
Elliot's got it.
Elliot's got it. So I'm wondering
Nice.
if everybody who skateboards into their 30s has the body because they're skateboarding, or people only able to skateboard into their 30s if they have that body.
If I fall, I don't break anything because I'm so light.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing because when I started skateboarding when I was 20 whatever, and I realized at some point if I fall I'm gonna hurt myself and break my wrist, and I can't do that. So that's the only thing. If you're lighter, you can tumble and roll, and you've got you fight train and shit, so you'd probably be fine.
Yeah. See me.
Let's take him to the bowl and get him to drop in.
We'll record it.
If I fall from the same height you do, it's like you falling from 5 times as high.
He's like an ant. You can just drop them from any height.
Like an
and they're fine. Just
exoskeleton.
walk away.
Yeah. Or me,
I'm
like
so skinny. I have an exoskeleton.
I'm like when a grain elevator. What do you
Falls
call those?
over, and just shatters into 1,000 million pieces.
Yeah. And the whole crop is ruined, and a farmer's family dies, declares bankruptcy, and he shoots himself 8 months later.
Murder suicide.
That's what happens to me. No, she left. The kids got out.
Oh, okay, that's good.
But he just
That's a
couldn't take it. He
happier
couldn't let it
ending.
go. His ego was so tied into the farm, he couldn't.
Oh, that grain, man.
I think I wouldn't recommend taking up skateboarding though, Elliot, because you could do. That's the one thing that's crazy about it. If
I want
you
to
do
try
it
to
at
be
your
cool.
age,
Like, can you try to be cool? I was thinking about this. Like, if you try to be cool,
you're
are you
almost
no
30.
longer cool?
You're more of an inline kind of guy.
Dude, that's coming. That's making a comeback.
So
I'm gonna raise your scooter.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just like scoot, scoot, scoot.
So to answer your question, no, you can't just decide to be cool.
I feel like you could. Like,
I think
if I read all the magazines on how to be cool,
You get a puka shell necklace and some cool
I
bracelets.
took some YouTube courses on how to be cool. You think I
Yeah.
could pull it off?
Be assertive, charisma on command. Everybody's got that YouTube channel.
Just like you can accept yourself, I can accept that I'm cool now.
No, we've established that it can't happen.
There's a.
It needs to be doing stuff that's cool.
I'm gonna take
doesn't make you-
testosterone. I'm gonna take testosterone so I can lower my voice, and then I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna like talk like this, and I'm gonna smoke a lot of weed,
I think
take
overcoming.
bong rips.
Very vascular.
I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna like talk like this from now on. Like life is so cool.
So just so you know,
I
like,
skateboard now.
so you think if your voice changes, you'll be cooler?
I think.
That's-
Well, I'm not.
That's where you think the problem's.
I'm
at?
not cool with this voice.
I don't think
can't
that
be cool
high-
with this voice. Nobody has ever been cool with this voice.
That
No.
high pitched nasal is
Hey,
not the
guys!
impediment to being cool for you. I don't think that's it.
I'm so chill.
You seem like you just that kind of voice is the voice where like, hey, maybe don't stand on the table.
There's just,
Can you guys invite me to the party? I'd really like to come.
I don't know if our parents would appreciate this.
I make a good guacamole.
Guys, they trust us. They trust us to be here.
Guys,
it's the same thing as Nash.
I'm pretty
and
good at
his
paintballing too. Can I get an invite?
paintballing. Did you ever own your own paintball gun?
BB guns,
Oh, okay.
pellet guns,
I had a paintball gun
Yeah.
for a hot minute.
real guns, but we don't.
Titman 98 custom, baby. With an extra long barrel. It was sick. But then I
That's
couldn't
what I call
afford
my dick.
But then I bought it and was so stoked. But then I couldn't, because I only had a part-time job, I couldn't afford paintballs
Yeah.
in the air.
That's the real. They're like, hey, buy. And then
Yeah.
it's the actual thing.
It's like a drug dealer.
Yeah, I bought a pipe and now I can't afford any crack to put in it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
I ended up selling. I think my mom ended up selling it. I was so mad, or she gave it to somebody. And I was like, "What?"
Thank you for the paintball gun.
Yeah, your parents do that when they leave. Or when you leave their house and they just sell all your shit.
Yeah.
Even the valuable stuff, they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get
I
$2
was
from
saving
it.
all those comics. That was going to be my down payment for a house. Now what am I going to do?
All my video games from my childhood are all gone.
And all that shit's probably worth.
Tens of dollars.
Oh yeah,
I could buy bitcoins with them. Come on.
I did do that as well. I have a comic book collection that I thought was going to blow up and be worth millions of dollars, and it turns out
It's all Aladdin.
it's now worth $300 or something. I'm
That's
like,
not bad.
It's not worth it though.
It's not as it hasn't paid for its storage space over the last 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
You bought some storage space.
I've got a shipping container filled with just there's one box of
When
comic books in there. I was like,
When you die, I want to see the show they filmed when they go and they open it up.
That estate auction.
Yeah, they auction off them. Look inside here. It's just one box. What
We've
is
got
it? What's in the
got
box?
one pair of broken prescription sunglasses. Starting bid at never mind.
Some half broken stand up equipment.
yeah, a broken mic stand,
A bong from 1972.
And
a bunch of button-up shirts,
and 300 BC Teachers Monthly magazines
Yeah.
with names circled in the back.
This guy's really cool.
yeah, one paintball gun that Nash's mom sold him.
Holy son of a bitch! I'd be so pissed if she sold it to you.
Nash's mom, if you haven't sold it, DM me.
I actually don't know if
I wanna
that's
buy it.
true. I just remember not. It just because she will listen to this, so I don't know, Mother. If
Mother.
I don't know what happened to that paintball gun.
I think we should call her on one of the episodes.
Yeah, you should have her on. You should do one with. I think she'd be really funny, actually. Do one without me, but with her. I think that'd be funny.
That'd be for the best. Should we end it there?
Yeah,
Darren,
that sounds good.
Darren, take us out.
All right. Thanks for listening. This has been the Ill Informers podcast. You can listen to us at the Ill Informers. Thanks to Elliot
already
and
listening to
Nash. No, if you've made it this far, thank God. Please come back next week. Still keep listening. Smash that like, subscribe button. Boo. Whatever kids say nowadays. Thank you, and we'll be here next week.
And email us at illinformers@gmail.com. Follow us. Bye.
Yeah, unfollow Darren and
And fuck your teachers.
Yeah, kids, if you're listening.
go get him. No.
Go get him, Tiger.
All right. Thanks, guys.